All right, loves. This is the third time I'm attempting to do this video. And so clearly, either I'm not getting the right message, or it's just not the right time. I'm going to record, and when it stops, it stops. And if I feel there's the need to post the information provided or the information that comes out, I'll post it. And if that information doesn't come out, I won't post it. You know, here I am again, like, what the fuck, I don't know. And staring at clouds, wondering why I clicked this black and white and how the fuck that happens. Maybe I need to be this way. Let's read. Be careful what you wish for, underlined in red. As the world turns, all caps, underlined in red. Could messages such as those be publicly disclosed? ? These are the questions to ask yourself. What happens if the FBI is found out to be fraud, and the DOJ is found out to be fraud, and the so-called special counsel is falsity, and in general, as a general nation, not just America, this is a global national incident, an incident that occurred in time and space. And that incident that occurred in time and space is lawless. The land is only of the law of nature, sovereign land. What is land is the question, and what is water is the question. What is earth and what is geology? Thinking logically is hard since you've been in a world of self-indulgence and selfishness, where the majority of you don't even know what's happening on the other side of the world. You live inside your own microcosm and never bothered to expand out even a tad into that microcosm beyond the microcosm of your own macrocosm. You live in a world that is black and white. And you've boxed yourself in, not even being able to see the gray area. See, what I see is a gray box with two parallel black lines with white text. And all that white text is numbers and brackets and pillars and boxes and lines. What's the most important to discover for yourself is you as your own human trafficking source, and you as your own self-sacrificing God, because you cannot sleep, nor can you find peace, nor can you rest right now as a whole. If you are of good, if you are of light. And there are many that are in the dark right now. And unable to tell the dark from the light and what's right in front of them. If you haven't bothered to just peruse what's on Twitter with politics, and you haven't searched to find out where we are in time, then you're missing the moment of now, the message I'm presenting to you inside of evolution. To understand yourself as Valkyrie, as matter of Valkyrie, not Valkyrie that shows up in a false image of man who sees through one eye because he hasn't pulled the stick out of his other. And he's still fighting his own demon self. He's fighting the self that is suffering, that is loyal to Germany and loyal to Hitler. This Valkyrie is the false ideal, the entertainment of a Messianic kingdom that projected Valkyrie as a one-eyed man. Valkyrie is not a one-eyed man. Valkyrie, also spelled Walkyrie, Old Norse chooser of the slain in Norse mythology, any of a group of maidens who served the god Odin and were sent by him to the battlefield to choose the slain who were worthy of a place in Valhalla. Why this is important right now is time and timelines. And I posted the video of Bob Marley yesterday. And what I didn't speak to in that moment, but was in dialogue with a dear friend of mine earlier that day, was that I was in Jamaica in 2011 when celebrating my daughter's 7th to 8th birthday. She was turning 8, I believe. And she was turning 8 or 7. She was born in 2000. Was she 11? That doesn't make sense. She might have been. Yeah. Crazy. Anywho, the point of it is we were in Jamaica celebrating her birthday. And while in Jamaica, checking out this culture I was so curious of at that time, I got a call from I got a call from my mother's husband, and my mother was in the hospital, and she was dying of cancer. And they didn't think she was going to make it. I immediately packed my bags and got on the next flight to Wisconsin. A few months later, my best friend and former Marine Special Ops, very well decorated military officer, committed suicide. And he fought many wars over in Afghanistan as an independent contractor. His life was contracted out to fight war, a needless war against people that just wanted to be free. And he was with me all day today. He is a star commander of a star fleet of a nation. And he was present with me today. And he is Valhalla. That was his tag name. That's what I knew him by in this life. And that's what I know him as in all life. As a code word, as a reminder. We are in mythology. We are mythology, the study of the myth. All life happens in front of us. Valhalla is among us. Heaven is here. The Roman historian Tacitus stated that the Teutons worshipped Mercury, and because Dies Mercury's day, was identified with Wednesday, Woden's day, there is little doubt that the god Woden, the earlier form of Odin, was meant. Though Woden was worshipped preeminently, there is no sufficient evidence of his cult to show whether it was practiced by all the Teutonic tribes, or to enable conclusions to be drawn about the nature of God. Later literary sources, however, indicate that at the end of pre-Christian period, Odin was the principal god in Scandinavia. Odin. And there you have it. Welcome. This is the message for today. For you. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back.